Hello, Mr. Raffles here. Quick tutorial on how to start a project for class in Fusion 360. We haven't really talked about this. I'm getting used to the teams, so now that I kind of understand it, I want to give you a quick tutorial on how to start your projects for a class project. When you first load Fusion 360, this is the screen you should see. Yours will look slightly different on this side. But you'll have your design space, and then you should have a data panel here. If your data panel is not showing up, you just hit this Rubik's Cube. It's not really a Rubik's Cube. And that will either show your data panel or hide your data panel. Next thing you want to do is if you don't see any project folders with my face on it, it means you're not in the team. So you want to come up here and you want to make sure it says Intro to Engineering Marymount. If it doesn't, hit that little drop down and you want to click on Intro to Engineering Marymount. That means you're in the team. Congratulations. And then you want to double click on whatever project we're working on. I will always have a project folder made uh, in advance for whatever we're working on. Right now we're working on the protective case. So if I was just starting my protective case, I'd find the protective case folder, double click on it, and that brings up folders that are inside the protective case project. And then I want to find my folder. If my folder isn't here, I'm going to have to do a new folder. Quinn and Connor look like they're working on this together, and I really like that they have a group folder. That's a smart way to do that. So if your name is not here, it means you just haven't created a folder. Not a big deal. We'll go to new folder, and you're just going to give it your name. I'm going to name this one after my dog, though. Roman Raffles. Make sure you put your name there. Now we have a folder that we can save all of our things in. I'm going to double click that folder. Now anything I do over here, when I hit save, it'll automatically go to my folder inside that project folder. And that's how you want to set up your file structure for in-class projects. Uh, Next thing you do when you first start a project, the very first thing you want to do is save it. I'm going to do a file and we'll hit save. Give it a name. I'm going to encourage you and ask of you to please put your last name first, Raffles, and then you can name it. I'm going to do an underscore because I'm old school, but you can just do a space. And then whatever project that you're working on. This was protective case or earbud case, or what do we say? Jolly Rancher, I think was the class example. Jolly Rancher case. And then double check your location. It's in my folder within that protective case folder. Perfect. If it's in the wrong, if it's not here, all you need to do is hit this arrow um, and then just find the project. So we're in protective case. And you'll see, you should see your folder here. If it's not there, it means you haven't created it, and you can do the new folder right here. So this is Roman again. If your folder isn't here, then you do a new folder right here. Make sure you double click on that folder, and you'll see we're saving it in the right place now. Except I just canceled it. Raffles dog toy. You'll notice the untitled goes away, and this has a name. Also notice the top structure is now called Raffles dog toy, and now I have a design in the Romans Raffle folder. Last thing you want to do when you're starting a project in Fusion 360 for class is before you start designing anything, you want to create a new component. This is important. And you're going to give this component a name. We're going to call this dog toy. If this dog toy I knew was going to have more than one part, maybe it had a top and a bottom, I'd call it dog toy top or dog toy bottom and hit OK. So now I have this overarching assembly. Notice this symbol actually just changed. And within this assembly, there's a few things. One of those is this dog toy top component. Now I can start creating and designing this dog toy top. When I go and I want to create the bottom, there's a few ways to do that. We'll talk about that in another video. I'll talk to you later. Let me know if you have any questions or snacks.